Welcome to this brief presentation on the MA in International Studies, which is a programme that we run for 12 months over, well, 3 terms, I suppose, but we have 2 teaching terms and then we have a dissertation right at the end. So I'm just going to run through the programme for you now, and then I'll just explain to you some of the little quirks that we have within the programme which you might like. So we start off in the autumn term with 2 courses, 2 core modules. That's modules you'll have to take, and then you have an additional elective. So you do 3 courses a term. So the 2 modules that you take is the Graduate Seminar in International Relations. So this introduces you to the subject of international relations and introduces you to some of the themes and the approaches, how it emerged as a subject, how different theoretical approaches look at the subject, what we can get out of the subject, and it should provide you for a good basis to approach the whole of the rest of the year. It's the sort of theoretical background, the theoretical boundaries, adhering to the history of the study. On top of that, you'll do graduate research methods, which will be run weekly, in which you will begin to understand how we approach methodology within the fields of the general fields of politics and within international studies as a whole. Now, this will really be geared towards your dissertation, so it will explain to you how you approach a dissertation, how you attempt to put forward a research question, and how you will go to prove or disprove your particular question. So it will be absolutely, won't actually necessarily be geared towards international studies or international relations or international politics per se, but it will be geared towards giving you a background towards being able to systematically attempt your or design your dissertation, which will be coming up later on. On top of that, you'll have a choice of an elective, so you'll be doing 1 more course, and you'll be selecting from the EU politics module, which those in European studies take, or the development module, the introduction to development studies, which those in peace and development take, or you'll have the option of doing political theory. You might also, if it runs, be able to take a course called, or a module called, conflict analysis. So that's your first term, and that will take you up to Christmas. All the courses here will be taught in 3-hour blocks, so you'll be able to get quite a significant design fault, if you like, a learning process within those 3 hours. And hopefully we'll have a situation a bit like we did this year, where we'll be able to link things up to those who will be who will not be able to come in and will be learning remotely online. Okay, so after Christmas, after you get back from Christmas, we have a similar-ish sort of process, although this time you'll be doing 2 electives. There'll be two choices and 1 core choice. So your core module will be Graduate Seminar on International Cooperation and Conflict, and if the course before Christmas was geared around the discipline of international relations and the theory around international relations, this is very much geared around looking at some of the practical instances of how we can coordinate and understand how conflict and international coordination and cooperation exists. So it's very much seen as an empirical, a practical module. Followed with that, you'll also build again on the research method, so it'll be a smaller course. This, it won't be as intensive, but it'll be again allowing you to develop the themes behind your dissertation so you can work on it in the summer. And then you will have, as you can see, a choice of 2 subjects from international political economy which obviously looks at the political, well, the correlation between the international economy and international relations. Peacekeeping, which is quite self-explanatory in the sense that it looks at peacekeeping missions across the world. Global justice, representative democracy in Europe, which looks at democracies in Europe. And then you'll also have a choice of feminist perspectives on conflict, which I suppose builds a little bit on the conflict analysis from the first year, and comparative climate policy, which gives you another dimension altogether. So by the time you've finished your spring term, you'll be ready for the summer, and in the summer you'll be writing a dissertation, which you will finish up by certainly be handed it in at the end of August. Now, this is with a supervisor of your choice, someone who you've decided would be a lot more, has the expertise to work with you over your particular topic, and then you'll be working with him or her over the summer in order to come out with a piece of work which is around 13 to 15,000 words on your topic, and this topic will be geared around based upon some of the research methods, skills that you have used before. So it gives you a real good attempt, a real good dynamic to build a project of your own, and it gives you that expertise to really apply critical thinking, etc., to your overall focal point of study, and it gives you a real purpose really at the end of it, so you can come out of the course and say, well, I have produced this work, this piece of work. So that's the basis. So I'd just like to say what else we often try and do. We provide as well, hopefully, touch wood, so to speak, a field trip, which is in Geneva, in which we take you all around the international organisations that exist within Geneva. So the UN building within Geneva, the World Health Organization, which is obviously very big in the news at the moment, the World Trade Organization, also fairly prominent at the moment, WIPO, not so much, so to speak, the UNHCR, which looks at refugees, and Red Cross, the humanitarian body. And we'll go through all of these on the trip, and it will give you a chance, certainly if you're interested in going into this field, to make certain contacts which certainly students in the past have developed. So this will take place hopefully in late spring. That's what it's generally geared for. We didn't manage to go last year, obviously, because of the COVID. We're hopefully going to go sometime, hopefully, not sure yet, towards the summer this year. We don't know, but certainly next year we will be hopefully geared towards doing that. So just finally, once you've done the course, what sort of things can you do at the end of it? Well, we've had a number of students which have gone into different careers. So we've had certain politicians which have come in and done the course from different backgrounds, gone into different areas. So the current leader of Sinn Féin did one of our MAs. Journalists, also critical journalists. The current winner of the Pulitzer Prize, Malachy Brown, did the MA here about 15 years ago or so. We've also had many who've gone into work at the UN from different countries, including someone who is now currently a New Zealand ambassador, but also a number who've worked in African representative bodies within the UN, such as like Nairobi, and also within New York, and also in Geneva, and also various diplomats from other parts of the world. We've also seen people go into NGO work and also construct their own NGOs. One or two which are significant, who might come back and give you a talk on that. And also various people have gone into international policy and become international policy reps. And we've also had within the Irish perspective those who've gone into Irish aid and also work for the Department of Foreign Affairs. So there's a number of areas which our former students have gone into. You might not want to do any of those. You might want to work in the private sector or within business, and international studies has been traditionally has provided a lot of the skills which enable you to do that, and certainly firms do appreciate and like someone who has got an MA in international relations or international studies. Also, if you're interested, just lastly, to stay on and go into the academy and take a PhD, we'll obviously be very interested in hearing from you, and we'd be interested in continuing your studies with us at UL or wherever else you might want to go. We will certainly look to help you on the path. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I might be able to see you later in the year if you decide to take the course. So thank you very much.